Hello everyone. As you all know that we are going to start online now onwards. So I, Ms. Kirtida Naik, is going to teach you all client-side scripting language subject. So the subject code for it is 22519 and it is basically a programming language. That is a client-side programming language. Okay, so these are total, there are 6 units in it, that is 6 chapters. So first one is the basics of JavaScript programming, which is of 12 marks, and here we'll study the basic syntax and variables of JavaScript. The next one is array functions and string. This chapter consists of basically how we can use array functions and string in JavaScript, and it can come for 14 marks. Third one is form and event handling. That is, here we'll study how to create forms and what are different events used in JavaScript. It can come for 10 marks. Fourth chapter is cookies and browser data. So here we'll study how to create cookies, what are sessions and so on. It can come for 8 marks. Fifth chapter is regular expression, rollovers and frames. So here we'll study what are regular expressions, how to create rollovers and how to create frames using JavaScript. It is of 14 marks. It can come for 14 marks. Next is menus, navigations and web page protection. So here we'll study how to create menus and how to protect your web page. So it can come for 12 marks. So total your theory paper is for 70 marks, and the other 30 marks will be carried out from your unit test. Okay, so total theory paper is going to be your 70 marks. You will also have your external practical exam for it, and you will have a file. You will have total 16 experiments over here. Also you will have to create a micro project for the subject, and you will have an external practical exam. So these are the course outcomes of your practicals. That is, first one is create interactive web page using program flow control structure. Next is implement arrays and functions in JavaScript. Third one is create event based web forms using JavaScript. Fourth one is use JavaScript for hiding cookies. Fifth one is create interactive web pages using regular expressions for validation. And last one is create menus and navigation in the web page. Okay, so this is all you have in this subject, that is theory exam as well as practical exam. Okay, theory exam will be of total 70 marks. So this is overall view of the subject. So if you have any doubts related to this, we will have an online session on a Google Meet. So if you have any doubts, you can ask about it in the Google Meet session. Okay, so now we'll start with our first chapter, that is basics of JavaScript programming. Okay, so first we'll start with what exactly is scripting. So basically a script is a small piece of program that can add interactivity to your web page. So it can for example, it can generate a pop-up alert box message, then also a drop down menu you can create with the help of script. Okay, so script language is a simple programming language with which you can create scripts. Okay, and this scripting languages are interpreted rather than compiled. They are not compiled, they are just interpreted. Okay, so scripting language are often written to facilitate enhanced features of website. That is, to enhance the features of the website, you create and use the scripting languages. Okay, so JavaScript, VBScript, Perl, PHP, Python, these are most popular examples of scripting languages. Okay, so clear with scripting. Next slide is basically there are two types of scripting, that is client side scripting languages and server side scripting languages. So first we'll see what exactly is client-side scripting languages. See, basically in client-side scripting languages, the environment that is used to run the script is basically a browser that is from the client side. The server has no role, that is no major role in client-side scripting languages. That is all the processing takes place at user side, that is of user end. So what exactly happens in client-side scripting language? The web browser basically sends a request for a particular web page of a website to the web server hosting that site. Then the web server basically searches for that page in the directory of a website. After it finds the page that is requested by the web browser, the web server collects the HTML of that web pages and then sends the HTML to requesting browser. Then browser parses it and develops the visual presentation of the page. This is how the working is done in client-side scripting languages. So basically JavaScript and VBScript are example of client-side scripting languages. Okay, clear with client-side scripting language. Now we'll move on to server-side scripting languages. So basically in server-side scripting languages, environment used to run is basically a web server, and all the processing takes place on server side, not on the client side. Okay, so now we'll see the process of server side scripting. Basically in server side scripting language, the web browser sends the request for a particular web page to a website on a server that is hosting that site. Then web server will search for that particular page or a directory. Then when it will find that page or a directory, it will collect all the content, that is code plus the HTML of the web page. Then the server, on the server itself, it will parse the content and produce the HTML. Then that HTML stream is sent back to the requesting browser, which will then parse it and develop the visual presentation of the page. So this is how the working of the server side scripting languages. So basically your Java, JS, PASP, PHP are server side scripting languages. So here in this semester you are going to learn CSS, that is client side scripting languages, that is JavaScript. CSS is also called as JavaScript. And in the next semester you are going to study a server side scripting language, that is PHP. Okay. So this scripting is clear. Now we'll move on to next slide, that is why should we learn JavaScript. So in order to learn JavaScript, you should know HTML and CSS, which you have already studied. So what exactly HTML does? HTML basically defines the content of your web pages. Then next will be CSS. What CSS does? It specifies the layout to your web page. And now the JavaScript, it decides the behavior of the web page. That is, you can program the behavior of your web page using JavaScript. Okay, so this is why you need HTML and CSS in order to learn JavaScript. Now we'll move on to the next slide, that is introduction of JavaScript. So JavaScript was basically developed by Brendan Eich at the Netscape in 1995. Okay, so it was basically developed to enhance HTML pages and is commonly found embedded in HTML code. So it is basically a object-based scripting language whose interpreter is embedded inside web browser programs such as your web browsers like Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Safari, and so on. Okay, so this is the introduction of your JavaScript. So now let's move on to the next slide. Next is features of JavaScript. So these are the listed features of JavaScript. First one is build dynamic web pages. So with the help of JavaScript, you can create dynamic web pages. That is, dynamic web pages means you can do changes to your web page at runtime. Next is display alert boxes. So with the help of JavaScript, with the help of JavaScript code, you can display a alert box on your web browser. Then next is write messages to the browser status bar. It means that see you can see the status bar on the browser at the bottom line of the browser is your status bar. So if you want to display any message on the status bar, you can do it with the help of JavaScript. Next is control features of the browser. Also the JavaScript can control various features of your browser. Next is open new browser window. That is with the help of JavaScript. Once you write the code in the JavaScript and you open the browser, when you open the browser and one window is open, with the help of JavaScript you can also open another browser window. Next is customize reaction to mouse actions and keywords. That is with the help of event handling you can control the movement of mouse and the keywords and the keyboard keystrokes. Okay, next is validate information in the form. So with the help of JavaScript you can create the forms as well as you can validate your form fields. Next is perform calculations. See, with the help of certain arithmetic operators you can perform calculations in JavaScript. Then display messages using cursor rolls over an object on a screen. That is, you can also display a message when your mouse cursor moves to certain object on the screen and you take back the mouse cursor from the object. So you can display a message when the cursor moves to the mouse cursor moves to a particular object. Also you can create interactive forms, and last one is set date and time. You can also, there is a date and time function with the help of which you can set date and current time on your browser. Okay, so these are the features of JavaScript. I hope all the features are clear to you. So let's move on to the next slide. Next slide is concepts in JavaScript. So here we'll now start with different concepts of JavaScript. Okay, so first one is object name. So now what can be objects in JavaScript? There can be various objects in Java. Object can be anything, like it can be a document, it can be a window, it can be a form, it can be a field, or it can be a button. Okay, so anything like that can be an object. So since JavaScript is object oriented programming language, that is, the programs are written using object. Object is nothing but it is an entity, or object can be identified by either by its ID or by its name. Okay, so document, window, form, fields are some popularly used objects. Okay, so next one is a property. So you all know that object have a property. For example, property is a value that is associated with each object. For example, there is a window object. So window object can have properties such as height and width, and each object has its own set of properties. So are these two concepts clear to you all? That is object name and properties. Next is method. So as you all know that object has a property as well as method. That is, a method is basically a function or a process associated with each object. For example, there is a document object. So it has a method write. So for example, if you want to display any string on your browser, you can use the document.write method in order to display that string. Okay, so next is the dot syntax. That is a dot operator. For example, every object is associated with property and method. For accessing this property and methods of the object, we use dot operator. See, example is given below in the slide. That is document.write. welcome to JavaScript. So this is the syntax. So here document is your object, write is your method, and welcome to JavaScript is a string that is you want to display on your browser. So with the help of document.write method, we can display a string on your browser. Okay. So method and dot syntax is clear to you all. Now we'll go on to the next slide. That is the main event. Events are something that causes JavaScript to execute the code. For example, if you press any key or if you press a button, it basically tells JavaScript to perform some action based on your clicking. For example, if you press F1 and a function for F1 gets executed. Okay, so when user submits the form, clicks some button, writes something to the text box, then the corresponding events get triggered. So execution of appropriate code on occurrence of an event is called as basically event handling. Normally some functions are defined for event handling. These functions are called as event handler. Okay, we'll study event in detail in later chapters. Okay, so total 5 concepts we have studied till now. That is object name, property, method, dot syntax, and main event. Okay, so now let's move on to the next slide.